Our next speaker is Krissy McAfee. Krissy grew up in the Santa Clarita Valley, raised 3 children here, and is currently the manager of a psychiatric office, and is here to share her story with us this evening.
Hi. My son died on March 23rd of 2010 from a heroin overdose. He and my family had battled his addiction to opiates for 4 years, and it was a nightmare all 4 years. He started in high school using recreationally Xanax, Vicodin, and then OxyContin. However, none of those drugs are recreational drugs. They're all addicting drugs. Once he hit the OxyContin, he started snorting 80 milligrams at a time. At that point, it was just getting way too expensive, and he switched to heroin and started smoking it to begin with, and did that for a while, and ended up shooting the heroin. And he did this the whole time with his friend, who had been his friend since kindergarten. They kind of just grew up doing this together, so to speak. But what it did is it took my son from graduating with honors as a senior to being arrested 3 times for stealing to support his habit, for being placed in 3 different rehabs, the last rehab being a year. He lived in his car several times, every time he would start back using again. He was placed on a 72-hour hold in order for me to get him medical attention to detox, the 3rd time to detox, at Olive View. He could never stay clean, so he knew that what he needed to do was leave the state and get away from everyone that he knew here that was using, that he grew up with. So he left the state, and on March 22nd of 2010, he came back, actually the 21st. He had a court appearance for probation for one of the times he was arrested, so we flew him back into the state to make the court appearance. He was here less than 48 hours when he got hold of those same people again. He had been sober for 2 months, and that was it. It took that one time, and it was too much. You know, no parent should ever have to bury a child. And I'm going to be pretty graphic right now to you parents, so hopefully it doesn't happen to you. But the last time I physically got to kiss my son, tell him I love him, and tell him I'm sorry that his life ended this way, was on a gurney before the coroner took him away from me. And that is the reality of this. I really just want to tell everyone that this can't be a dirty little secret in our community. And you can't be ashamed because you have a child that's abusing some sort of a substance or know someone. We all have to stick together, and we need to let the dealers and the people bringing the drugs into our valley, that we're not going to sit back and tolerate it, because these are our kids. And when Frank says that we're in a war on drugs, we are, but our kids are the casualties of that war. And Trey was a casualty of that war. And so I just urge you, if you know anyone who needs help, there's plenty of help here. Please step forward and get it, and don't be ashamed.